So time is running out for this event, and there's like another event now. Why do you keep giving me this timed shit? I mean, I'm not going to get through a lot of it, so I'd appreciate it if you would stop doing that. So let us go to the chasm yet again. Navigate. Oh, we're not even going to the chasm. We're going to Liyue first. Okay. Just as well I didn't hit navigate before I went. I would have just gone straight to the chasm. Oh, what?
Traveler, Paimon. It's been a long time.
Huishin. Oh, the secretary. Okay, yep.
Oh, hey, Huishin. Long time no see. Fancy meeting you here. How's work these days?
Thanks to the help of people like you and colleagues like Ganyu, better all the time.
Yeah, Ganyu's a really hard worker, so she must be making your life so much easier.
But I've been feeling distracted at work lately. I just feel constantly agitated.
Do you know what the trigger is for it? Has something happened?
It's a long story. But my father, he's thinking of stepping down from the Tianshu position due to health issues.
And that's making you agitated. Why? Isn't that a good thing? He's putting his health first.
Huh? What's wrong with Uncle Tian?
Nothing specifically. He's not unwell. He says he's just increasingly low on energy these days.
Has he seen a medical professional?
He's always said, old age comes for us all in the end. Still, I just can't help but feel a little emotional watching it happen to him.
Again, has he sought the aid of a medical professional? Because yes, he's getting on in age, but there could be an underlying cause to his low energy other than just slowly dying as we all do. So he should probably seek some professional help.
Anyway, my father's currently on the second floor of Yangsheng Tea House. Why don't you come pay him a visit with me?
Okay, this is really not where I thought this quest was going.
He seems very fond of you too. I'm sure chatting with you will make him very happy.
Okay, but just so long as you know that it's not my role in life to make him happy and continually come back and talk to him.
Sure, let's go.
I don't really have any affiliation with this old man. Oh, that was something else entirely. That does explain why it was really awkward. Oops, not L. That does explain... Oh, J. That's what I want. Yeah, that explains why it was so bloody awkward. So this is Yalan's story. Okay. I was like, I don't understand what this has to do with what I'm looking at. Can you please tell me? But it makes total sense now. It has absolutely zero to do with what I was doing. Alrighty then. You need me to go along the harbour. Oh, you need to go to Catherine. Okay. Hi, Catherine. Suppose she's the closest one to the chasm. Add Astra, thank God for that. It seems that the situation's been getting worse over the last 2 days. The exploration team's movements will be limited as a result. Who can I get to take this commission up? Yo, what up? Lunara and Paimon, your timing truly is impeccable. Well, I only came by because the game told me to, so I'd say the gaming's timing is impeccable. I've just noticed how bloody bright that glints. Is that like actual metal on fabric or something? That's amazing. Impeccable, you say. Sounds like we've got trouble on our hands again. Yeah, well, we can't get away from the chasm, that seems. For reasons unknown, some dark mud-like substance has been come pouring out of the caverns and mines of the chasm lately. As in still within the chasm, or as in like it's completely left the chasm and is now in Liyue? Your phrasing is very ambiguous. It is a very sudden affair, and the exploration team has yet to come up with any countermeasure, and so investigations there have started and stopped several times. As such, Khedive has asked the Adventurers Guild to send help. Dark mud stuff? Isn't that thing from beneath the chasm? That's exactly the substance I speak of. I do not know why it has reached the caverns and mines, but either way, the exploration team's progress has been stymied. So you pronounce the word, yeah? And even their day-to-day movements have been affected. After all, they rely heavily on the mining tunnels for the transportation of goods and materials. How long has this been going on? For some time now. Khedive says that he's found a researcher from Sumeru who can help him out, but that researcher seems to need help themselves. I must admit that this has been troubling me ever since. Khadif probably pays pretty well. Has no one stepped forward? No, I'm afraid, mostly owing to the extreme danger that the dark mud poses. Quite a few people actually came on account of the reward, but the moment they heard it was the chasm, they quickly declined. To make things trickier, most adventurers are not very familiar with the chasm's layout. Yeah, well, you pick the one person who's single-handedly been to every single corner that we can get to at present. I don't mean me personally, I mean the traveller in general. I probably missed heaps of spaces. So the one who accepts this commission will have to be someone with no fear of danger and who knows the chasm like the back of their hand. Well, count me out. And just as I was puzzling over this matter, you two dropped by. So that's how it is. Things do seem quite serious, Lunara. Right, let's go have a look. I suppose we can help Khadif out. Let's go now, shall we? About that. Khadif did say that you just have to look for that other research from Sumeru. Or, to quote him verbatim, if anyone's willing to help, tell them to go to the campsite at the chasm. That guy will be there prepping just as usual. Alright, we'll be off. Thank you. The chasm safety is in your hands. I didn't realize this was going to be a reading session. I kind of expected it to be voice acting, and my voice already hurts. Okay, who are we seeing? Oh, that's my fingers on the wrong key. My apologies. Hello, Samarin. Oh, you! I know you, Hosseini. I didn't think that the environment here would be so unique. In that case, hello, Lizard. The energy system of the Persina's spike will... Lunara and Paimon. It has been a while. Why, the two of you here at the chasm. Actually, I do recall Khadif saying that you'd helped the exploration team out a lot. That said, the situation in the chasm has been worsening. It's no place for a walk in the park. Wait, are you implying I'm here for a walk in the park? Sir, I resent that. Oh, come on, didn't we just meet a short while ago? I mean, I do always end up asking for your help, but that's no reason to pretend that you don't recognize me. No, I fully know who you are. Forget it. In that case, allow me to introduce myself once again. Isn't this how the interaction went the second time we met this dude? I'm pretty sure this is the third time I've met him. I am Hosseini, a researcher at the Academia. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce that. I've been working on a device known as the Energy Amplifier, and I even went to Inazuma to do some I want to say research, but it totally says reference work there. However, I've been... Wow, buddy. You really ought to, maybe get a job and then do this researching thing on the side. However, I've run out of operating funds for my research, and so I have to return to Sumeru. You know, side hustle. Do a little something on the side to get some money so you can keep going. Okay. Paimon thinks she remembers you now. You do? You're Amplifier Man. I'm quite sure that I've never introduced myself as such. Whatever the case, I received a request from a fellow researcher named Khadif. I probably should speak quieter, my throat wouldn't hurt so much. I owe him a favour regarding research funds from way back. So I'm here at the chasm to help him solve his problem. Well, I hope that explanation's clear enough. In which case, let me answer the question. Why are you two here at the chasm? Well, we also just so happen to have received a commission from Khadif. We're backup. We're backup bitches, alright? So that's you. And to think I was worried when Khadif mentioned that he was going to get some people to help out. Since it's you, I guess there's nothing to worry about. Oof. Your confidence is misplaced, sir. I must admit that if I were to attempt to resolve the dark mud issue here at the chasm myself, it would take a lot of time and energy. But with your help, odds are, well, higher. What do you need us to do, other than kill Black Sludge? Pepper Sludge? Pepper Sludge. You've heard of the Persina's spike, right? I don't remember it, but sure. A device that can release energy that disrupts the ley lines. According to my hypothesis, we can place the spike at points where the dark mud is pouring out to disrupt the ley line movements and clear it away. Is the dark mud even related to the ley lines? Well, that did appear based on anomalies in the ley lines, so it is very likely that they are related. That's what Khadif and I have discussed anyway. Where is Khadif, by the way? Is he just washing his hands of this entire situation? So we can use the spike to disrupt... I'm sorry. For whatever reason, talking for Genshin Impact makes me yawn. I guess I'm not breathing properly through the constant reading, but yeah, I'm constantly yawning through this game. The disruptor even closed the openings that allow the ley lines here to access external elements, which will stop the dark mud. I see. However, we were previously just using the spikes to disrupt the ley lines. This is the first time I'm using the spikes to seal them. I've done some estimations and adjusted some of the spikes' parameters. In theory, nothing should go wrong. Well, Hosseini, how about I hold you to that? But theory is, as you know, ultimately theory, and theories must all be tested. I was just thinking of beginning the initialization process, in fact, but it has some risks. Well, allow me then. All right, I'll leave it to you. I'll observe from the sides. It's probably safer for you anyway. Where are we going? Dude, I don't know what we're doing. What are we doing here? Begin operating the scene spike for the first time within the chasm and protected from the tags. Ugh. Okay. Oh, so it is that thing in front of me. Okay, I had wondered on the map if that's what we were looking at. Alrighty. Transportation test. Wait, that's your method of sealing? Is just transporting them? The dark mud oozing forth from the ley lines will buff nearby monsters. Well, that is a bit of a bitch. Increasing their attack and defense greatly. When these monsters are in areas covered by the dark mud, their abilities will be further increased. Monsters will attack the Piscina's spike constantly, and the surrounding area will flood over with dark mud. Clear the mud to weaken the creatures and defeat them to prevent the spike from being damaged. Well, in that interest. Yo. We may need that. Alright. I am ready. Well, at least I'd like to think I am.
Kamisato up. Suiyu.
That is not the button I wanted. Zed! Zed! Okay. Yep, bruh. I've pressed wrong buttons. What do you want me to do about it?
Take flight.
I press Q instead of Z.
Go as one.
Barbados, guide us.
Yeah. Z. Bodies. Out. Out.
Be still.
Where are you? I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Mind the deluge.
My apologies.
Let me just attack right here next to the light. Sounds like a plan.
Cascade.
Whirling snow. Eyes on me. Go as one.
No. Get off! Jesus Christ, woman.
Wind, hear me.
That did a massive chunk of damage.
Kamisato up. Suiyu.
Embrace the ice.
Is this just gonna get harder, like with each challenge? Come here, you.
Take flight.
21 opponents.
The depths back.
Okay, I know. That bad person to have used that on. Oh well.
I swear by my sword.
Be still.
God, there is a lot I have to defend this shit from. Holy hell. Oh well, time's on this stuff anyway. You guys can hit it as much as you like. Oh, am I supposed to have defeated them in a certain time limit? I don't know if I don't know if I did it right. I don't know if I had to kill a certain number of creatures or if I had to survive a certain amount of time. I actually don't know which it is. Oh, well, I did it either way. Excuse you. Give me my light back, bitch. Thank you. I didn't go to the hassle of getting this much light for you to take it away from me. Didn't you say that theoretically there wouldn't be any problems? The spike wound up causing the dark mud to gush out instead. Ah, is that how it is? Ugh. To think that I did not factor the ground into the calculations. Ah, what an error. Factor the ground into your calculations? That's right. Our previous experiments all took place on softer soil. But within the chasm, the medium through which the spike's energy travels is not soil but rock, which has very different properties. Actually, he is making perfect sense that, yeah, it would change the whole situation. This caused the major discrepancy between the earlier calculations and the actual results. Indeed, theory is not a mere matter of imagination. Instead, it must be grounded and proven in reality. This proving process seems kind of dangerous, though. Also, why did so much mud come out all at once? Indeed, this place is quite far from the mining complex, and the mud really shouldn't be flowing all the way here. The situation must be more urgent than we imagined. Also, the Piscina's spike has a definite effect on environments affected by the dark mud. This shows that the mud's proliferation is, as I guessed, an issue that stems from the ley lines. This proves a need for experimentation and proof, does it not? Of course, if I had done the experiment myself, I would have wound up being attacked by the monsters and being killed. Not that I worry about being injured. That would be a small loss compared to any damage that might be done to the Piscina's spike. How would I answer to our great tutor Fearness or my fellow researchers at the, what? Kshakhra. Butchered it. You should pay more attention to your own safety nonetheless. True, the data we've collected can be used to adjust the results of our calculations. Now, the solutions to these interfering parameters. I believe there are 4 such methods, though there should be only one that will prove most effective. That will prove more effective. Thank you so much for helping me with this test run, Lunara. I will make some adjustments to the Piscina's spike. Later, it can be moved into the mining complex, where operations can then begin. You're moving into the mining complex? By yourself? Well, no. I'd agreed with Khadив to hire some of the local miners here to move it. But when they heard that my objective was to resolve the issue of the dark mud, they refused any payment. I've spoken to Khadив and Mooning from the Ministry of Civil Affairs, however. The Mora will still go to them as compensation. I'm not sure I understand why they refused it, but sure. Of course, I need you to help start the machine up once it reaches its destination. Oh, so they're doing the job, but because it's going to solve their problem, they've refused money. Gotcha. I see. Well, sir, give me the next challenge. We made it through the skin of our teeth, so let's see how we go again. Spike self-circulation report. Abstract. Wait till the next day. Fine. I will. What you gonna do about it? Midnight. Great time to be killing mud. Oh, he heated. Be right with you, sir. Bloop. What's with the purple? That's a lot of purple. Please tell him I'm not defending the purple. Am I killing the purple? What's with the purple? It doesn't look very healthy. You're here. Yep, we're here to help. I was just checking the Piscina spike. I must say that Liwa's miners are made of stern stuff. Just 2 of them were enough to transport the spike here. Just because you're a fragile, wimpy little researcher doesn't mean that you should need to be surprised that only 2 people can move it. But to be fair though, they are miners, so they likely have muscles. But since the spike has some very fine moving parts, I need to check if it has been affected while in transit. In theory though, everything should be fine. Famous last words. That's what you said the last time too, and you nearly got Paimon and Lunara into deep trouble. Lunara, Paimon, you fly. Or float, whatever you guys want to call it. She can still move away really quickly. So if she gets in trouble, she can just yeet. Well, I did also say that there is a difference between theory and reality. However, I made sure to check everything before you came. I hope it's been prepped for the thicker ground. Everything's been prepared and was initialized and in operation. The spike will not need any initial elemental energy input to maintain its charging state. What? It will just keep charging? Yes. Before, I had to adapt it to Inazuma's environment, and so I modified it such that it could only charge and operate through the use of Electro. However, that is not the original operating mode of the Persina Spike. Originally, it was intended to function in this sort of environment. In fact, this dark mud is its power source. I'm sorry. Do you mean the mud specifically, or just some sort of ley line energy? The mud provides power to the spike. That's right, and that's why the spike is perfectly suited to solving this issue. If you consider it, gotta admit, who comes up with these ideas? The whole spike in itself? What the? This dark mud issue we're having in the chasm has both symptom and source, both of which must be resolved. Of course, the source is the ley lines. Exactly. As such, we must nip the problem in the bud by sealing the openings in the ley lines through which the dark mud is spewing out. Of course, the sealing of the ley lines will not completely solve the problem of the dark mud that has already come out. However, the Persina Spike has the ability to absorb the energy within the dark mud and decrease its power as a contaminant. This is what we call fixing the symptoms. This way, the dark mud that has already reached the surface will serve as a power source for the Persina Spike, and as the spike continues operation, it will close the ley lines from which the mud is spewing forth. As for those monsters who have been affected by mud due to long-term exposure, they will lose the enhancements they get from it and be weakened. Ooh, that's 3 birds with 1 stone. You know what? This Percy Spike C is better than Paimon thought. It's Persina Spike. Persina's brilliance truly is such that one might also almost believe that the spike was specifically made to solve problems such as these. If that guess of mine is true, then this whole process of solving the dark mud problem could serve as a valuable experimental data in the future. I totally said when there is no therefore making it make no sense grammatically. Who knows, this research might even allow me to discover some hitherto unknown principles behind how Persina could affect the ley lines using certain devices. This subject is great value, honestly. If I could win the Academia's Kavikavis prize with this, that'd be wonderful. Wait. This is a prize that the Academia gives out specially to young research. You're not looking so young there, buddy. Every year, the sages will go over the research reports sent in and cast votes to select the winner. The criteria for winning are that the subject must be groundbreaking, creative, that the person sending the report must have great potential and be under 40 years of age. Dunno, you're graying a bit early there, sir. All those who have won the Kavikavis, I know that's not how it's pronounced, but I can't think of how else it would be pronounced, prize while under the age of 40 would go on to win great renown in the Academia. That sounds awesome. Well, let's start the spike up right now. Let's hope it solves our problem. That said, please take note, Lunara, that while Persina's spike is a very impressive piece of equipment, it is also quite intricate and fragile. If it is hit while operating, or if it is submerged by dark mud, which can cause fouling, the spike will turn off automatically to prevent any further damage. As such, please beware of the mud and of monsters while you operate the devices. I'm going to have to start again if it gets hit, because, dude, that is so not happening. What do you want of me? Please tell me. Automated charging. The Persina Spike will continuously purify the environment while charging up. The challenge is considered a success once charging completes. The Persina Spike will enter a faulty state for a time if it is attacked. Fuck me, causing charging to temporarily stall. Additionally, using blooming light while the spike is operating normally will clear out nearby oozing concretions. I still don't know if that's really a word we should be using. Granting the spike additional energy and speeding up the charging process. Okay, so get rid of dark shit. Without wandering too far. Yeah, well, some of us hit the fucking Windows key, alright?
Mind the deluge.
Oh, I can't stop that.
Whirling snow.
Absolutely no way to stop that. Stupid thing. Go away! God, you're so hard to kill. Go away. I need more. Where do I get more from? Oh my god, it's all the way over there? Yeah, well, it's just gonna have to suffer, because I need some damn light. Yeah, well, it's just gonna have to suffer. Alright. You lot.
Cascade.
Oh, they just keep appearing. Well, that's rude.
Embrace the ice.
These things. Because I already cleared that shit. Yeah, but I don't have any more light. The light's gone. Ow.
Not bad.
Kamisato Art. Suiyu.
My apologies. Eyes on me. I swear by my sword.
Be still.
Is that seriously the closest source of light? It's so far away. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, we're almost there. 88.
Mind the deluge.
Take flight.
Come on, hurry up.
So that's it.
Yay. This little thing keeps wanting to attack me. Seriously? Come here, midget. Oh, he's going away. The effects are better than I thought. We've recorded all the phenomena we've seen and the data we've collected. And most importantly, the dark mud was completely cleared. It wasn't really. It kept coming back. It's just that, why do you look so unhappy? Is it a bad thing that the mining complex is all clean? Let me think. Well, Khadiv and I analysed the situation previously. We believe the opening in the ley lines through which the dark mud came should be here. I don't think that such an opening would have been this easy to clear out, so the true entry point must be elsewhere. And in this case, the affected areas also include the frontline mines. Exactly. This means that the point through which the dark mud is flowing is in the tunnels. Such areas will be far more narrow, allowing for greater buildup of the mud and making it easier for monsters to swarm in, thus worsening our problem. Still, I have full faith in the Persina's spike. It is, after all, Persina's great creation. Just let me do a bit of maintenance work on it first. I'll call the miners who've agreed to move the spike into the tunnels over. Da-da-da-da. A beautiful second round of 80 primogems. Thank you very much.